Harare, Zimbabwe President Robert Mugabe has made his first public appearance since the military put him under house arrest this week, attending a graduation ceremony in the capital, Harare, to applause. The appearance came during an extraordinary series of negotiations with regional leaders over Mugabe's departure after 37 years in power. Zimbabwe's military said it was making significant progress in the talks while it pursues and arrests some allies of the leader and his wife. Zimbabwe President Robert Mugabe appeared in public for the first time since the military put him under house arrest earlier this week. Several people are feared dead after a helicopter and an aircraft were involved in a mid-air collision northwest of London. The wife of Alabama Senate candidate Roy Moore says he won't step down in the face of sexual misconduct allegations. A half-century after Audrey Hepburn starred in Breakfast at Tiffany's, the landmark New York jewelry store is making the title of the 1961 film a reality by opening a cafe where shoppers can enjoy a morning meal. NASA has captured 20 years of seasonal changes in a new global map of the home planet. The Metropolitan Intercity Railway Co. in Japan publicly apologized when one of their trains left a station 20 seconds earlier than scheduled. Pollution and environmental destruction by Adi's operations are threatening the livelihoods of nearby rural Indian villages. Zimbabwe President Robert Mugabe appeared in public for the first time since the military put him under house arrest earlier this week. The military is taking pains to show respect for the 93-year-old leader, the world's oldest head of state, by referring to him as the President and the Commander-in-Chief. Friday's graduation event appears to allow Mugabe to project the image of leadership, even as calls for his departure grow stronger. Some Zimbabweans worried that Mugabe, the only leader many have ever known, would somehow find a way to stay on. The military statement reported by the state-run Herald newspaper and Zimbabwe Broadcasting Corporation said military leaders are engaging with the Commander-in-Chief President Robert Mugabe on the way forward and will advise the nation of the outcome as soon as possible. Significant progress has been made in their operation to weed out criminals around President Mugabe, the statement said, adding that the military had arrested some while others remained at large. Those sought had been committing crimes that were causing social and economic suffering in Zimbabwe. The military is seeking cabinet ministers and other top officials who had been associates of First Lady Grace Mugabe, part of a clique dubbed the G40 because many were in their 40s and 50s. They are of a different generation from the one that fought for independence from white minority rule. Get the latest news and updates emailed straight to your inbox. By submitting your email you are agreeing to Fairfax Media's terms and conditions and privacy policy. Army troops and armored vehicles continued to patrol the capital,